Greg Anthony. We have David Aldridge on our sideline. And our right, welcoming in Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, Kevin, man, great to be here. I hate being up in that studio sometimes. I love it down here,
we
man.
need you courtside.
Oh,
we
man,
need you
it feels
courtside.
so much better being with you guys and the mother two.
Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. They've got Plumlee. Smith is out there with Grant. And it's Bay in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, they've got Harden. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot.
The NBA is such an international phenomenon, Kenny. Tearing up this league are some young guns who started outside of the U.S.
Yeah, Giannis, Jokic, and Doncic, they come to mind. They're probably 3 of the top 10 players in basketball right now. It's not, I don't even say it anymore. I don't say international player. I just say he's a player now. I never think about Giannis as an international player.
Our game's been global for so long now that's a great point, because we had Dirk and we've had Nash and we've had Akeem. Some of our all-time greats weren't from America.
Yep.
And Detroit has possession following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Plumlee, the pass to McKinley. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots. They get it again. Moves back up. And there's the nice layup by Plumlee.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now, here is Irving. Boy, he was something else against Boston. Here's Durant. Lays it up off the glass.
Nice. When you run screen and roll, you give the defense a lot to account for, especially when you're running it with KD.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Here's Bay. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Harden outside. Irving for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Smith outside. About 2 minutes gone by. Knocked away. And then Durant with the jam.
Too easy for Durant. The D has to move him out of there or he's going to flush him.
Passes to Smith. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
Currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now, here's Grant. 32 points for him last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Detroit shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
The free throw drops for Grant.
And, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Kenny, when you first came into the NBA, your coach was one of the all-time greats. Bill Russell in Sacramento, coaching that time the Kings. Was it intimidating for you at all?
Yes. It wasn't intimidating because of his basketball stature. I was more intimidated because of his social consciousness stature, of who he was as, you know, knowing Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and that I was like, whoa. He was telling me stories so casually. So, you know, Martin and I, like Martin Luther King. He's like, Malcolm and I. Oh, Malcolm in the middle? No. Yeah. Malcolm X. I'm like, wow. That blew my mind.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Irving from long range. Doesn't go that time. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Dwayne Casey and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. I asked him what his main focus will be to try and slow down Kyrie Irving's production. Coach told me with Kyrie, you can't give him space to create, ever. So we'll send some doubles and make sure we don't let him get comfortable. Well, that's as good an approach as any, I suppose. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Since the break, he's been simply stellar. 9th in assists, 9th in blocks, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass and stride. Here's Mikhailuk. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Bay. The three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And we heard about market size mattering less. These guys, but we see summers where all the big free agents go to Los Angeles and New York. So, Kenny, which is it?
Well, there's two aspects of it. There's endorsements and then there's quality of life. In the small markets, you know, catching fire on the marketing front is sometimes much more difficult, but there could be a better quality of life. In a big city, you could be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and then the quality of life goes down.
Yeah, and the reality is the fact that when we played, there was only a couple games a week on national television. Now every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market. Doesn't matter. Look at Giannis. You look at Durant and OKC, Westbrook. You can be as big a star in any market in today's game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
In transition, here come the Nets. A nice shot by Irving.
Wow, as a coach, I know you love to see this. Getting one of your best finishes, an opportunity in the open floor.
And the pass to Mikhailuk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To stop the run. Jordan with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Bounce pass, Smith. Grant finds Smith. Back to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
It's Durant on the wing. Jordan trying to free himself up. Nets with the new shot clock. It's good on the putback.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Bay. Grant kicks to Smith. A three-pointer, no good. Brooklyn leading by 13. With the growth of the G League guys, some have predicted the NBA will eventually expand the draft to more than 2 rounds. More players NBA ready. Good or bad, Kenny?
Well, it's funny because the Players Association would say they don't want it to expand.
Exactly.
They want it to be because they want guys to have the choice to choose where they want to go. Right. I think 3 rounds is necessary now. There's too many basketball players overseas now that are infiltrated into the system to give an opportunity. I think 3 rounds is necessary.
And the other reason why I think I agree is because back in the day, the second round wasn't guaranteed.
Yeah.
Now, basically, you all get guaranteed contracts in the second round. And so I think now you push that to the 3rd round, and you make that the make-good round.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Short. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pistons trail by 16. Smith outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, you've got to do better than that against Smith Jr. Be careful how you defend him inside.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Nets.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, the speed and shooting Smith possesses is dangerous. I mean, a speedy point guard who continues to get better.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Detroit. That one misses.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Now, here is Irving. Defense right on him. And that one's good. Durant.
Wow, this guy's the total package, Kevin. When Durant finds his offensive rhythm, it's fun to watch him go to work.
Guys, the game nowadays more open, more freedom of movement. Kenny, do you like where the game seems to be headed?
Yeah, as a fan, I like it. And
Yeah.
if I was a player, I would like it. Because of my style of play, I can imagine a lot of players in my era wouldn't like it. But a lot more fun to watch, a lot of flow to the game.
The thing I like about it is you have to be more skilled in the game today. Because you can't just grab and hold and beat people up today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like your Nick teams.
Yeah, exactly. We would have struggled today. We would have struggled.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
DeAndre Jordan.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Here is Plumlee. 9-point game his last outing. Bay passes to Smith. Grant right side. Some solid defense there from KD.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass. Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Here is Ellington. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Here's Smith, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made one and missed one.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now. So solid numbers in that department.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
And he can't get the first one. We hear all these different terms about resting players, but Kenny, load management seems to be the one that is stuck. Is that something you wish was around, for instance, when you played?
Honestly, I probably didn't want it, but if I used it, I would have been a much better player, honestly. Because your body is at 170 pounds, 6'3", is not built to play 82 games a play. It's not built for that. Your body's just not meant for that. So yes, I might have been, Greg, I might have been in a couple All-Stars, man. I think, man, I could have done some things.
But wasn't there pride in players in playing 82 games?
And in all reality, the pride was in you had to work for that next contract. The dollars are such now that it's an investment for the team that they're trying to protect. So it means as much for them to make sure you're rested and ready to go, to Kenny's point, as it does to you.
Here is Harden following the basket by Mason Plumlee. High post, KD. Some solid defense from Grant. Pistons trailed by 19. Pass to Bay. Now here's Ellington. Smith on the wing. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball. And he's good on the 3-ball. Harris has got 10 points.
Wow, and Harden attracts so much attention from the defense. He creates shot opportunities for his guys.
Smith, the pass to Bay. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. Irving for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now, here is Smith. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The winning mindset of Durant. Unselfish all the way.
Grant outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. 8 points for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Irving looking over the floor. Outside Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Powered by his underrated strength, Durant is able to make some signature contact finishes.
Detroit's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Smith against Harden. Smith right side. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Brooklyn's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. When you look around the league, a lot of great defenders. Kenny, in your view, what makes a great perimeter defender when you think about those names?
Wow, long arms, the ability to slide your feet, and play multiple positions.
So, PG, Kawhi, those are a couple guys, right?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, guys who are really going to be able to move around and feel comfortable being uncomfortable.
And I would say that I think, and PG is a terrific defender. He's an elite level defender, but the two best are Kawhi and AD, because those are the guys that can comfortably guard 1 through 5. They can guard perimeter and paint consistent.
Great footwork for both.
Yes.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Brown. And at the 3, the small forward. Free throw drops for Harden.
Maybe the league's most versatile player at the offensive end. Like, Harden is quickly moving up the all-time leaderboards in both points and assists.
Passes it to Jackson. And good that time.
Boy, he's already got a nice interior game, but Jackson, I think, is only going to get better and better.
Outside Durant shoots the 3. Detroit with the rebound. They host the Spurs after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. To the middle. He gets that one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Grant. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. A shot by Ellington, no good. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Irving for 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 9 assists now tonight.
That shot is pure. Great play call. Working Irving off the ball where he can catch and shoot in rhythm.
Now here's Grant. He's got 10. Down low. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Grant's got 12.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Kenny, you played in so many different kind of offensive styles and systems during your basketball career. What stands out as your favorite?
Favorite was the Rockets. So that was the best style of play that I enjoyed most.
Yeah, I think you make a great call. You know, people would think, like, as a guard, you'd want to just have more opportunity to be the focal point, but the reality is we'd rather win.
Without question.
You'd much rather play with a great big in our era who could dominate the paint, because the role reverses. They basically become your point guards because they're playing out double teams, and now you're getting to catch guys in transition running at you where you can be more effective.
The Nets have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. That's good from Durant.
The second overall pick in the 2007 NBA draft, it's pretty clear that Durant has lived up to the hype. And he's not done yet.
Pass to Grant. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And we're now a little little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. A chance to check out the shooting guards across the NBA that have averaged the highest number of assists over the last month. James Harden, number 1.
Well, when he's on the court, it's like having a second point guard out there. I mean, and in fact, his passing ability oftentimes rivals or surpasses some of the best point guards in our league.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to call him a true 2-guard because of how often their offense runs through him. Maybe he's more like a 1.5 guard.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
You know, when I saw Jackson back in college, I thought he was the best two-way player in the country. I mean, he's athletic, he's confident, he's aggressive. Man, he plays with the verve that you like to see a guy play with.
And then Durant with the jam.
When you're putting it up to a guy with Durant's length and skill, you have some room for error.
Here's Magruder. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Stolen by Harden. In the corner, Irving with it. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
This is taking advantage of analytics. Kyrie from 3 is a great bet.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Now the pass to Grant. Here's Magruder. 5 on the clock. Wants to get it to Grant and does. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Boy, take a look at the hops of Grant. I mean, really getting up and sending a message with that alley-oop.
Pass to KD. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Brown. No good on the triple. The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. And the dunk by Grant.
And the commitment from Grant on the drive to the rim, I mean, he's absolutely ferocious, relentless in how he attacks the rim.
Pass to Harden from outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got 9 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Here's Magruder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now Brown. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Brown.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Here's Magruder. Outside Jackson.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Griffin. Averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And playing with the reserves, he might not get the minutes he'd like, but you sense that hunger to improve.
Well, you know, he stated that he wants to improve, but until that actually happens, he'll continue to come off the bench. 2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. The Nets making a switch here. Green's checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
Here's Jackson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Outstanding concentration from Jackson there. I mean, so good at getting into the defense and knocking down these hard-to-make shots.
And Harden Harden with the stop. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 10 assists.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Here's Jackson, and it's good. 2 points. Jackson's got 9 points in the quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Now here's Brown. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Magruder, guarded by Harden. Magruder kicks to Jackson. Here's Magruder. Back to Jackson. Ellington trying to free himself up. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, tremendous athleticism by Jackson there. Easily getting off the ground to ram it down.
Pass to Harden. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Magruder. Nets the corner three.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now here's Griffin. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Here's Harden. That's one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
The Pistons shooting well, 50% from the floor. The pass to Jackson. In the corner, it's Ellington. Second shot opportunity. He gets it in there. Plumlee's got 8 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Harden. And the wide open shot from Green. Rebounded by Jackson.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Plumlee in the post. Griffin's there. Now here's Grant. He's got 16. Another shot. Great tee that time from Green.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Irving can't get it to go. Jackson against Irving to the inside. Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Yeah, it's been a huge night for Grant, the former second-round pick. He's a guy who's had to fight for his spot in the NBA, and he's deserved what he's earned.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 17. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Irving. 15 points in the game.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless.
Grant outside. Here's Plumlee. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
Two.
That's good from Plumlee. Joe Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. Both good from the line that time. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Passes it to Harden. Here's Green. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Hey, we know Harden can score it, but he also has great vision.
The Nets shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Detroit.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Smith outside. Here's Grant. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Grant's got 20.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
Harden, no good. Pistons shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. No good from Grant.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Harris passes to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Pass to Plumlee. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Kenny, always fascinating to get your take. We sure appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show up top, but we got the best down here by the bottom.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all are. I tell you, not as well as y'all are.
And what an experience it was, Greg, to have Kenny joining us. You always know he's going to give you his honest opinion, which makes him so great.
Kevin, and throughout his playing days and now as a broadcaster, Kenny has never pulled any punches. He'll tell it to you like it is, and that's one reason he is so beloved.
Stewart's checked in for Mason Plumlee, and he sinks the second.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Griffin. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Harden can't hit.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Now, here is Irvin. After Josh Jackson's miss,
they should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Smith. They get it back. Stewart. He shoot again. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
The three from Harden. Rebound by the Pistons. Grant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Harden against Smith. There's the pass to Ellington. Off target with his 3. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Nets out in front, just dominating this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
To come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith.
And gracing us with his presence once again,
after his stirring performance with the live crew. At least that's what the card I'm reading says, and it was written by the always terrific Kenny Smith.
Well, you know what it was. You called it the live crew, but you know what it was when I was down there.
The
It's always fun.
Kenny, I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator.
Thank you.
And I must say, you did a great job. I liked it almost as much as the regular broadcast. I was impressed.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. On the floor for Detroit, Plumlee out there with Grant. And it's Smith, and it's Bay in at the small forward position. Jordan dishes to Harden. Here's Harris, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Nets. Pistons shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Smith against Harden. Pass to Grant. Back to Smith. A nice shot by Mikhailuk. Irving with it. About 1 minute played here in the second half. From deep, Harden. Rebound by the Pistons. Plumlee's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Smith against Harden on the wing. And it's Smith missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service dimes tonight. One sweet one after another.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Plumlee trying to break loose, and that one drops for him. Mikhailuk's got 4 points now in the quarter. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Make that another one for Harris, one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA.
Smith against Harden. Bay passes to Grant. Smith outside. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Plumlee. Smith trying to break loose, and it's Plumlee that time on the assist by Smith. Smith's got his 9th assist in the game now. To the paint. Here's Durant. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, you know, you're kidding yourself if you think Durant is going to back down from the opponent. Man, what a strong finish there.
Free throw drops for KD.
Hard to imagine Durant not going down as one of the great scorers this league has ever seen. As a matter of fact, that's a given, folks. Dynamic, explosive, and he's consistent year in and year out.
Now here is Smith, and so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Pistons have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Bay. Back to Plumlee. Clock at 4. The pass to Bay.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover. So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Mikhailuk. He's covered by Irving. Nets have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I like the fact Grant isn't afraid to be risky on defense at times. I mean, using his wingspan, that gives him an opportunity to clog up passing lanes and maybe create some open court opportunities for his team.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
Here's Bay. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Grant kicks to Smith over Harden. And it's Smith missing.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
You know, I like Irving's creativity, but also his discipline offensively. He'll take whatever's available.
Smith against Harden. And stolen by Jordan. Inside. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, that's par for Durant. I mean, that's what he gives you, the ability to score at all 3 levels.
Pistons shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Jordan against Plumlee. He dishes it to Smith. The shot will not fall. Good D by Jordan.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Smith following the bucket by the Nets. Grant, that's good.
Man, I tell you, I love watching Grant get busy down there. I mean, his impressive leaping ability and his quick release on the shot allow him to score at a high rate down low.
Here's KD. And no good. The Pistons go the other way with it. Pass to Mikhailuk. 3-pointer. Good on the 3-point shot. Mikhailuk's got 9 points here in the second half.
Tell you what, guys, this has clearly been his half. I mean, he's getting to his spots, shooting the ball with confidence. Excellent turnaround for him.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, that's exactly what you want from Jordan every night, in my opinion.
The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Mikhailuk passes to Plumlee. He kicks it to Smith. Takes the 3. Detroit getting another chance here. The shot's good from Plumlee.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And here's Harden for three.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better, and not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
The first one falls. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Brooklyn on defense. Smith outside. Out to the right wing. Toomboya gets a wide open look. Detroit, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. From deep, Harden, no good on that one. Now the Pistons take it the other way.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Smith against Irving. Smith the pass to Stewart, and he dunks it down.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Now here's Griffin. Tries again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And it is absolutely remarkable watching Harden draw contact. So effortless, so crafty, and so consistent in putting the defense in a bind.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, it's become almost a foregone conclusion that Harden is going to lead the league in free throw attempts every year. He is a master at getting to the line.
Detroit making a switch here. Ellington's checked in. And both free throws good for James Harden. And timeout called. Dwayne Casey has had enough. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Man, he continues to burn them with his scoring. And the coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Pistons making a change here. Magruder's checked in. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're sitting pretty, second place and looking to take the top spot. And checking out Detroit, just way behind.
And checking out Detroit, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players, because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Well, I like the understated focus that Harden brings to the table. Despite getting knocked around, his concentration allows him to play through the bumps.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Jackson misses. Brooklyn's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Griffin's shot is off. Detroit's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Passes to Jackson. They get it back. Stewart. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Stewart's got 6.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the boards, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Harris outside. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Griffin, no one around him. Another miss by Griffin. The Pistons shooting here about 46% for the game. On the wing, Jackson, guarded by KD. 1:05 left in the third. Jackson passes to Stewart. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Brown is checked in for Brooklyn. Good on both. And 1:01 left in the third. In the corner, it's Harris. Here's Griffin. Over Stewart. No good off the back of the rim.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
The shot's good from Ellington.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Now, here's Brown. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Irving. Outside for Griffin. Let's keep it alive. Brown outside. Back to Griffin. Nets passing it around, and he gets it to go.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Harris against Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Not going to go that time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And, well, Detroit shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Brown in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Doumbouya. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Luwawu. There's the dish to Brown. Griffin looking around. And there's the pass to Shamet. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, your smartphone, or your computer.
Mm-hmm. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Now here's Lee. Servita. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Detroit, Servita. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree. Some solid defense from Brown. Nets shooting a superb 63% from the field. Here's Luwawu. And Sekou Doumbouya is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Pulls up from the corner. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got 6 rebounds in the game. Lee goes in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Lee's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And here is Brown. Pass to Green. Tipped away. Now Detroit moving it up. Launches the 3. And it's Magruder missing. Brooklyn leading by 23. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Now Shamet. Doumbouya pulls it in. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Stewart misses. And so Brown will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Shamet on the wing. Now here's Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Offensive rebound. Harry. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done. Harry's got his first basket.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And for that game against Chicago, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
We'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
tournament. That's a tough one, isn't it?
For the last few playoff spots, I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always put it on the future, I think that's going to help. But I think you're going to always have a little bit of that moving forward.
And he makes the first. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Mikhailuk is checked in. So he gets them both. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Lee with the ball. And Doumbouya now top the key. Back to Lee. Pass to Doumbouya. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. And the shot goes down.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time. Picking apart that defense.
Here's Luwawu. Pass to Shamet. The shot misses. Now the Pistons take it the other way. And here is Lee. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Johnson outside. The pass to Shamet. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Stewart misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now Shamet kicks to Johnson. And the three off target. For Detroit, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Now here's Doumbouya. Guarded by Green. Servetus. Green with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Shamet. Misses from short range. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Now, here's Shamet.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
No good from Luwawu. The Pistons have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Passes it to Lee. Here's Stewart. Launches a 3. No good on the shot. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. Pass to Luwawu. And it's blocked. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Timeout called the Nets.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Now here's Durant. Harden inside the three-point line.
I like seeing Smith use his good speed and quick hands to bother shooters. And it's always good to see young players getting after it on the defensive end.
Grant outside. Fires the 3. Hands it from downtown. Grant's got 28 points for the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now here's Durant. Pops it up for Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
To the paint, and the dunk by Grant.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Nets leading by 21. Now here's Harden, and there's the pass to Durant. Unloads. Detroit with the rebound. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Grant leading the charge.
Oh, it's fun watching Grant go to work down there. I mean, making the defense try to get aggressive with him, and then he wins that battle.
2 shots.
Free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Irving finds Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
Jordan really relishes playing through contact and converting, showing you just how strong he is and a good level of concentration, too.
Yep, that one goes. Grant's got 8 here in the quarter.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plan.
Now here's Harden. And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Smith against Harden. Misses off the right eye. Nets leading by 22. Irving kicks to Harris. Outside Jordan. Harris with it. 6 on the shot clock. Harden, no good. Here's Smith to the right side. Down low. Here's Grant. And it's blocked by Jordan.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Feeds it to KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Pass to Grant. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Smith against Harden. KD on the wing. Back to Harris. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
DeAndre Jordan knows a big part of his job is to gobble up rebounds. That time, an angry putback from Jordan.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in there, but every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And after dropping game one in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question that's a morale booster.
And partner, it sets up what should be a fantastic finale to the season series. Major bragging rights on the line that night.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Here's Bay. Shot to stop the run, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And here's Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.